All right, hey, it's Paul from China Cash Buyers, and we are here on South Mountain in just above, if you look behind me, that is the city of Scottsdale, Arizona. Quite a wealthy city out here in the desert, and a really nice place, a lot of celebrities, and my friend's grandparents are out here. They live next to some famous rock bands and things like that. So pretty surprising what you find out here. I'm kind of on a tour right now around the US with a friend, and I'm interviewing, for my part, I'm interviewing Chinese in different cities in America, and trying to find out what it's like to immigrate to America, what it's like in different cities, and in reality, what's it like to live there, and what's the best city so that we can give better advice to Chinese families before they come over. And also kind of give you as an agent the best idea so that you can present yourself, present your company, and present the opportunity and get those buyers yourself. So I was just thinking today is the journey of a real estate agent who starts to target Chinese. And I just thought this idea, so forgive me if it's not perfect, but here's my basic idea. A lot of the people that contact me, when they see my stuff online, the first reaction is that I'm totally full of it. That's the very first reaction, is this guy's not Chinese. What is he talking about Chinese real estate? The other thing would be, is that Chinese money is all dirty. It's all dirty, you can't deal with him, you're gonna go to jail. The other thing would be, there's too many foreigners. There's all kinds of things that people kind of go through in their minds. And then there's the other side, which is the agents who say, let's get rich off Chinese, let's make a ton of money off Chinese, right? And I tell you, it's none of those things. And I'll tell you, if you hear the journey of one of my students, I think you'll kind of get an idea. And the guy's name is Tran. You might have seen him. He did a testimonial for me. And he's a Vietnamese American, and he came over to America. Basically, he was a boat person, and he survived coming from Vietnam in 1979 with his family over here with nothing. And he became a success story here in America. And he could kind of see waves happening because he came over in like a Vietnamese wave in the 70s and 80s, and now he sees this new wave. He saw the Japanese wave come through, and he was really interested in that, but he didn't know how to monetize it. And now he sees the Chinese wave, and he's like, it's like catching the wind. How can I benefit, and how can I help? How can I be part of this party? This epic thing that's happening in my lifetime, right? So he contacted me, and he had very small thinking. He was like, maybe I can. He had very small ideas to start, and we started to teach him about what Chinese want, what they're looking for, and he started to get big ideas. And he's starting to think about developing larger properties, multi-units, and doing commercial complexes. And the next thing I know, I get a call. He's over in China on a trip with some California legislature lawmakers on a trip, and he's meeting all these top people. He's talking about developments all over the U.S. now, not huge ones, but nice, solid commercial developments. I mean, nothing to sniff at. These are solid business. And as Joe has gone through his journey, he got all excited, and he realized, he called me on WeChat, and he said, Paul, I realize now that I'm Vietnamese. He says, I speak Vietnamese. I can sell in Vietnam. So he said, I'm going to Vietnam. So he flew over to Vietnam, and because he's a, American success story. And I told him, Joe, I said, you're an American success story. And he said, oh, yes, I am. And I said, that's the key thing. That's your story. So when he went over to China and when he went over to Vietnam, he promotes himself and he shows them he came to America with nothing. And now he's a wealthy guy. He's done very well. And he has a great family. He takes care of them. And he's got a business. He does building materials. He's done all kinds of stuff. He's a developer. And he shows them that he is an American success story. And that just draws the people to him. And the last thing I want to talk about is what's the difference when you're dealing with Chinese investors. If you think about it in your mind, you're probably thinking, Chinese investors are the same as everybody else, right? Just like, don't be racist. Every investor is the same. Doesn't matter what color people are. But I'm talking about a very different thing. I'm talking about a country of 1.5 billion people that has suddenly become wealthy off real estate. They actually got wealthy from real estate and also from production, export. But those are the two main foundations of Chinese wealth. And most average people got wealthy off real estate. They bought a house, and the house went up 10 times in value, and it's worth a lot of money now. So these people, and they're entrepreneurs. They own businesses. Most of the buyers, they come here, they go to Canada, they go to the UK, they buy a house in London, Sydney. They're entrepreneurs. They have a business. You can ask them. And these entrepreneurs, the difference between dealing with these guys and dealing with somebody looking for a house is very significant. And the reason why is because where it can take you as your journey as a real estate agent, as a person, as a human being, as a businessman or businesswoman, where it can take you. Think about this. Let's say somebody wants to buy a house in your neighborhood, right? And you can help them, and you can, sell them a house. You get a commission. It's not that, 3% or whatever, 6% max. You're going to get a small commission. You're going to sell a house, and then you grind on. The next day is you start from zero, right? You go around. You're putting around listings and magnets on your refrigerator wall. Ladies with bouffant hairdos. A boring office. You're not producing anything, you're just being a middleman. It can be a bit of a grind being a real estate agent. How would somebody break out from that, and how would they go bigger? How would they take their life bigger? The way you would do it is by doing something bigger, right? And with Chinese investors, if you imagine like a Chinese Donald Trump, say Chinese Donald Trump comes over to you, right? And there's plenty of them. And he comes over to you and he wants you buy a house, right? And you become his friend. Well, he's going to do a lot more than buy a house. Donald Trump, you can't keep the guy down. He's going to make a TV show. He's going to do all kinds of stuff. He's going to develop things. If you read his book, but he's done all kinds of developments, right? And that is exactly what you're looking at. You're looking at investors that are coming over. They're businessmen. They're looking for friends. They're looking for a network of people, and they're looking to basically be a success in America. Basically, they want to succeed. They're not just coming here to retire. They got gas in the tank. They got gas in the tank. And they're coming here, they're like, what can I do? They're looking around. If you understand Chinese, you listen to them, they're always talking about, how can we make some more money? What can we do? They're always like looking for a new business opportunity. And you as that person who they trust, who's helping them, you can help them sell a house. But what happens with the transformation that I see with a lot of my students is they start with just a very small idea. Let me sell a house. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's buy some land and let's develop 4 houses and let's sell 4 houses, right? And then wow, there's this huge opportunity for a piece of land outside of town. Let's see if we can promote this, to entrepreneurs in China. And they start to go big. So life does not have to be a grind, If your life is a grind, if you want to do more, Chinese investors are absolutely perfect for you because you're talking with wealthy entrepreneurs and they want to do stuff. And if you want to do stuff, it's like a match made in heaven. So I can't promise that tomorrow you're going to find this guy. And I'm not saying that this is going to be necessarily the easiest thing you've ever done, but raising a baby is not easy. Moving to a foreign country is not easy. I mean, things that are epic and change your life are not easy. So I'm not going to tell you that. But what I'm going to tell you is that these wealthy investors are looking to build businesses. They're looking to take over their family. They're looking to build a community, essentially, because they always want, restaurants and things like that around the area, right? So if you're part of that, it's epic opportunity. If you can't see it, that's fine. You just want to sell houses, fine. A lot of my students, they just want to sell houses. But most of my students, they want something bigger out of life. They want to go big, and it's a perfect opportunity. And I see the smile on Joe's face. I see the smile on a lot of my students' face, and they just get super excited. And I just see them up their game. Suddenly they have a nicer haircut. They have nicer clothes. They have, well, I got terrible clothes. I'm on vacation, but they got nicer clothes. They got a nicer car. They're doing bigger things, and they even talk more professional. So take your game up. Let's do it together. I'll help you get started, and the rest is up to you. So thanks for watching. So from Scottsdale, South Mountain, signing off. Paul Sale from China Cash Buyers. If you don't already, go to ChinaCashBuyers.com and put your email in there, and you'll get our free mini course. The mini course is awesome. I didn't want to give it away for free. I was forced to by Gary Smith, my copywriter, and he said, you got to give something really good away. I said, no, this is really good stuff. And he said, you got to do it. So I put it in there. So check it out. It's all free. So sign up and watch it, okay? It's free. Right? And after that, you can contact me or ask me any question. So I think you'll find that there's a lot of good information in there. Yeah. So thank you very much, and thanks for watching. Signing off.